This is the Angel Connect podcast series, episode number 19. Hall Martin interviews the executive director of the Baylor Angel Network, David Reid. In this episode, the executive director of the Baylor Angel Network, David Reid, is interviewed by Hall Martin, and here in this particular episode, you'll find out what the key differences are between the Baylor Angel Network and other types of angel networks that are affiliated with educational institutions. Here, it actually is part of the university. The deal flow and the funding opportunity for the university, business school, and the entrepreneurship department are tremendous, and they've paid off, as you'll hear in this particular episode. So David Reid explains the deal cycle, the processes, the funding cycle. But the analysts pursue opportunities in many fields and career sites. And he also explains the challenges as well as the benefits of working inside the university structure. And so David Reid explains the main theme, how friends and family of Baylor University and the business school really are the commitment to give back to the university once the exit is activated. As he says, as portfolio companies benefit, so Baylor University benefits as a long-term strategy. And then finally, you'll hear about his next level. Where is it going? How does the portfolio reflect diversity of the membership? And what are the 3 keys to success? So let's go to the interview itself, conducted over the Skype network, as Hall Martin, who is the executive director of the Texas Entrepreneur Networks, as well as the founder of Angel Connect, discusses with David Reid, the executive director of the Baylor Angel Network, how this program has turned into a success. So let's listen in.
Well, hello, this is the Angel Connect program. My name is Hall Martin. I'm here with David Reid of the Baylor Angel Network. David, thank you for joining us today.
Sure, it's good to be with you.
Great. So the Baylor Angel Network is a angel network that's actually part of a university, Baylor University in Waco, Texas. David, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about how the Baylor Angel Network is different or like other angel networks and how it's structured and run.
Sure. So as you've identified, we do have a little bit different structure. It was innovative for us at the time when we formed and structured ourselves about 7 years ago. Really innovative in the sense that we have an integrated angel network. So while many angel networks are organized and structured as independent legal entities, we have a key part of the vision for BAN at the time was to, frankly, integrate the angel network to the greatest extent possible into our business school, the Hank Emmer School of Business here at Baylor University. And so we've done that. We're a part of the entrepreneurship department within our business school. And because of that, we've been able to integrate student teams into the network in a way that not only benefits the network and our companies, but significantly provides a tremendous hands-on, real-world experience for the students.
Well, that's great. So what kind of experience do the students get in working with this group?
Well, first of all, the students play an enormous role in both the deal flow side of the network as well as the operational side. So if you back up and look at the student integration over time, over the last 7 years, as our program has grown, we have 34 different BAN analyst alumni that have gone through the program, that have graduated, that are out in leadership positions in the workforce. We currently have a team of 6 seniors, and then we are in the process, or I should say the seniors are in the process of recruiting, interviewing, and selecting the next team of juniors. So at any given time, we'll have 12 or more BAN analysts that are engaged in the activities of the Baylor Angel Network. And the work they get to do is twofold. On the one hand, they get to screen for us, for the network, the deals that are coming through the process. So what that looks like is a very engaged, deep dive analysis of the companies that have applied to present to the members of the Baylor Angel Network. So we pair each of the senior band analysts as the lead analyst up with a junior band analyst, and then we also connect them with one of our Angel Network members as a mentor, and collectively that team for each company engages in a deep dive led by the band analysts on that particular company. So they get to work through the analysis, the screening, the qualitative side of the deal, understanding the deal structure, talking about the strategy, ultimately with a goal of figuring out what the analysis of that company should look like for purposes of screening. Now, one of the structural keys, and this is important given our nonprofit mission at Baylor, one of the structural keys is that our analysts do not and cannot make investment recommendations, but the experience for them in this screening process is really quite rich. And so beyond the screening, they're increasingly involved in sourcing deals through online channels. So as online accredited investor portals and other online options gain popularity, the students have an opportunity to be involved in the deal sourcing there, as well as leadership opportunities that go along with just the network and the operations. And then on the second side, with regard to their responsibilities and opportunities, they really get to, as you've heard, interview and lead and mentor a team of juniors through the process each year to ensure a seamless transition. And then, frankly, they get to be involved in organizationally some of the the network's operations and some of the other day-to-day activities that are involved in leading an organization. So overall, tremendous experience for our student analysts.
It sounds like a rich experience for the students. They must get quite a good number of job offers after going through that.
We've been really fortunate to see, so if you back up and look at the 34 band analysts that have graduated, they have had just tremendous opportunities upon graduation and really diverse mix, candidly. If you look at the breakdown, we have band analysts that have graduated and accepted positions in investment banking, private equity, entrepreneurship, risk management, consulting, law, just a variety of different opportunities, frankly, that in many ways reflects the diversity of the experience within the program and within the broader Baylor Business School.
Well, that sounds great. Well, tell me more about the membership. What's the membership look like at the Baylor Angel Network?
We've been fortunate that we continue to grow. We have tremendous recognition, again, being associated with and part of Baylor. I mentioned we have more than 50 Angel members. They have a very diverse background. So from a big picture perspective, really, although certainly by no means are they all alumni, the majority are, not surprisingly, and the rest are either friends or family of Baylor because of one of the unique attributes of our network. So one of the things that we've done structurally is that each member of the Baylor Angel Network has agreed to give back part of their profits on exit to Baylor. So they identify whatever percentage they intend to give back. It's not a set percentage, but it's identified by each individual Angel member. And so as a result of that, our membership, in addition to being very interested in angel investing and the returns that are able to come from that, our membership love Baylor and they love our students. And so they're very engaged and very focused on, frankly, the model that we have and the impact that has, not just on their own returns and the returns expected back to Baylor, but also the investment in our students. And one of the unique things that we're seeing over the years with our membership is, frankly, the continued investment in our students even after graduation. We're kind of building and seeing before our eyes, what we have come to refer to as our mentorship culture. And that has multiple levels and is perhaps different than some angel groups, but mentorship between and among our angel members, mentorship that occurs between our angel members and our student analysts, both during and after graduation, and increasingly mentorship that occurs between band analysts that have been out in the workforce and now younger band analysts that are coming out. And so that's a unique and we think tremendously valuable part of what our overall membership is all about.
Well, that's great. Most angel networks are built around just sharing deal flow and due diligence, and here you also have an affinity to a university and give back to teaching students in addition to sharing the deal flow and the due diligence. So it's quite a unique program itself. How is BAM alike or unlike other angel groups, aside from the give back to the university and the student aspect? What other differences or similarities do you find out there?
Well, beyond the key differentiators we've already talked about, which really are unique to, I guess, the affinity basis of our network, we do start to look a lot like other active angel networks that are out there. We have tremendous interest in sourcing interesting deals. We obviously have invested a tremendous amount in every way in entrepreneurship through our Hank Emmer School of Business and through specifically our entrepreneurship department as well. So, we are very interested in being part of and building ourselves into the entrepreneurial ecosystem. That's a big part of it. Clearly, as deal sizes and round sizes continue to increase, and as syndication continues to increase, it's something we're very interested in. And so we're fortunate to be one of the founding angel groups of the Alliance of Texas Angel Networks as one example, where we all benefit from a very active group of angel networks within our state. And so we share deal flow, we share best practices, we collaborate to the greatest extent possible on deals with a goal toward being able to share efficiently the deals and the best practices. And frankly, that extends beyond Texas for us. We are a group that takes a view that we're very interested in seeing the best deals wherever they may be. Certainly, we're focused and interested in supporting our local economy, but beyond that, we're also interested in deals that can help us with our mission, both from a return perspective and for our students, even if they're not in Texas. So we're open to that as well.
Well, I know a lot of angel networks really focus on, the investing side of it, putting money into deals, having pitch sessions, et cetera. And Baylor's unique and is focused on driving exits. How do you make that work?
Yeah, it's a great question. A lot of us have been investing a lot of time and thought in that, and I think you're right that most groups structurally are understandably focused, as we are, on the deal flow process and sourcing and screening and presenting new deals. As you and others have said, it's easy to get in, but perhaps not as easy to get out. That's really where the art is. And so we've been thinking quite a bit, natural growth, I think, in our maturity, as we're now about 7 years old, as to how we can perhaps bring some best practices to our group with regard to that express goal of optimizing exits. We all are focused on this at the early stages of a deal, typically, whether it shows up in deal structure or in the diligence process or in some of the conversations with entrepreneurs. We're all focused on alignment, but then the deal closes and we move on to many other interesting things. So we're thinking, of course, long and hard about how to deepen the integration, how to be more proactive in a way that really leverages the alignment that should already exist when a deal is done, with the express purpose of really optimizing that exit and, where possible, frankly, pulling in the timeline. So I don't know that there's yet a recipe for this. We hope and expect that together with many others we can find ways to be smarter about that, and we're certainly investing a lot of time in that ourselves.
Where do you see the next step for the Baylor Angel Network to be? Where do you see it growing and developing in the coming years?
Well, several ways. We've already touched on technology, and clearly there are many developments in that regard, and likely will continue to be for the foreseeable future. So, figuring out the right way to, in a smart way, leverage technology is important. But for us, in a lot of ways, primarily a function of deal flow. And so, continuing to increase the reach and the types of deals that we're able to see. If you look at our portfolio over the last 7 years, it largely, of course, reflects the experience and the diversity of that experience of our Angel Network members. And the bulk of our activity in our portfolio really has been around 3 key market verticals. Now, we haven't limited ourselves to those, but that's the way that our investments have reflected the experience of our group. A relatively recent development in that regard is medical devices, life sciences, and pharma. If you look at that together, that's a key sector for us, followed by food and beverage, which is not always in the wheelhouse of angel groups, but it's an area where we're fortunate to have significant expertise. And then really the third being technology, the IT, mobile, software, huge sector for us. So one of the other areas that we hope and expect to continue to build out our network is frankly adding strategically to those areas of expertise, even more expertise. And so that's a key area or key goal for us. Clearly on the exit path, we've already touched on that, but figuring out organizationally how we can all be better at optimizing exits to create win-win scenarios and to pull in timelines and to optimize exit values is also a key part of our growth future.
Well, it sounds like a very well-rounded program. Sounds like you have a great system going there inside the university, and I believe you get quite a bit of support from the university as well. How does that work?
It does. We're very fortunate, and it really goes back to the vision of when the Baylor Angel Network was created. And really at that time, our visionary team sort of set out, surveyed the landscape of university-affiliated angel networks and looked at different models and ultimately kind of arrived at what we believe is our innovative structure, really designed to accomplish our critical goals and our specific goals, and we've been very pleased with that. So across the university, we have seen a tremendous degree of engagement, and that shows up in many different ways. It shows up with, first and foremost, of course, the engagement of our faculty and staff, so the leadership support that we have within within the Hank Emmer School of Business and really beyond across campus, to a very strong board of advisors that we're fortunate to have that's very engaged in providing strategic and operational oversight to faculty and staff. When you look at the resources and opportunities available across our campus, it's truly staggering. And so the benefits there are tremendous. I've already touched on the engagement on the student side, and that's tremendous by itself. In addition to the engagement that we see, frankly, across campus from our Angel Network members. And so whether they're mentoring students or whether they're involved in our classrooms or otherwise across campus, there's been tremendous engagement there. And really what we're excited about seeing that's developed over the 7 years or so that we've been operating as an angel network is this tremendous affinity and dedication to giving back. And so I've already touched on the 34 band analyst alumni that are out there, the angel members that we have, the impact that their engagement is making on not just our network and our portfolio companies, but also across campus really has been tremendous. And that's been very exciting to see.
Well, it sounds like an exciting program. How do prospective members or entrepreneurs who want to engage with BAND, how do they take contact with you? Website or email or phone call? What's the best way for them to reach out to you?
Yeah, well, several ways. We're very fortunate, of course, to have the brand recognition that we do, but the best way to contact us, if you're either a potential angel member or if you're an entrepreneur that's interested in applying for consideration to one of our funding cycles, is to go to our website. So if you go to just www.baylor.edu/business/Angel Network, or just search for the Baylor Angel Network and it'll pop up, then you can get that information right there at your fingertips.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you so much for taking time to share with us about the Baylor Angel Network, and appreciate the thoughts and the great work you guys are doing there. Were there any closing thoughts you had at this point?
Well, I guess what I'd say is for those that are interested in angel investing, we are fortunate in our region and really across our country to have a growing number of angel networks. And the best learning and the most efficient learning available, I think, is to jump in with an angel network that's already existing and learning from those that have been doing it for a while, and avoid some of those hard lessons that many of us have learned over the years, and really leverage the benefit of an angel network. And wherever you are in our country, or even more broadly, there's probably one around you. So I'd encourage them to find out where they are, and if they're interested, to jump in.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you so much for taking time to join us today on Angel Connect. We hope to have you back here soon with another update, and appreciate all the great work you're doing there.
Thank you all. We appreciate it as well.